All right, let's get started, guys. Welcome to this information session. My name is Jag, and um, we're going to get started now. So we're going to go through this information session about the accredited blockchain programs. Um, and My name is Jag Jessel. I've been in the blockchain industry, teaching blockchain very particularly from last 3 years now. Since 2017 I started, but I've been studying and doing the work since 2014. So I've been here for a while in this industry. So pretty much understand what's going on, especially in the blockchain world. Blockchain Collective as a company, blockchain is a leading blockchain education body at the moment, working with a lot of enterprise, a lot of companies, a lot of educators, and a lot of students, and preparing them for blockchain and also the distributed ledger technologies right now, specifically in Australia at the moment. So who is this session for? This session is for international students. If you either studying here in the country, you are based in Australia, doesn't matter where you live, in which city you live, you're based here and you're looking to switch to the next program, or you are overseas at the moment and you're planning to come here as an international student. So this is for you if you're watching this. This is also for our local students. If you are looking to understand blockchain, what's there, and it's also available for some of the students who are residents of this country, of Australia. So this is for you as well. And if you are an education or migration agent, you want to understand what's going on, what is the upcoming thing, what are the things happening, or what are the happening places for international students specifically. This session is for you as well. So one of the things I just want to make it clear, if you have Googled blockchain, before you're registering to this event or after you register for this event, most of the things about technology. So this event, what we're talking about right now on this session as well, it's not, you don't need to be technical. So this is number one thing, and this is the number one question we always get asked, that do I need to be really technical to understand this? So no, you don't have to be technical to understand this or watch this and even do the programs as well, right? So let's get into this. So how to get most out of this session. So this is very important. Look, some of the things I'm going to talk about on this is going to be, will definitely challenge your paradigm, the way you see the world today, because what we're going to talk about is pretty out there. It's a very different technology. It's a new thing. It's like talking about the internet in 90s, right? For brick and mortar business, internet was pretty different thing at the time. So this is about like that as well. So today, you are one of those people who will learn something which is cutting edge, and so be open to learning, right? So the other one is get into the learning straight, because as I said earlier, this is an information session. You guys are going to be learning quite a lot of things on this, so get into that learning space, because the more you in that state, the more you absorb. The other thing is, please get rid of certain things. Please get rid of the Facebook browsers and all the other stuff, or TV. Turn off the TV for a while. Put your phone on silent, just for one reason. What I'm going to be covering, I already know this. I've already been teaching since 2017. I've been in the industry since 2014. So whatever I'm going to share with you guys, I already know this. So this is for you to understand it, what's going on, so that you can create a better future, right? Depending where you want to go. So here is what we're going to cover in this session. We're going to talk about why blockchain programs. And this is very important. Why blockchain programs, and why today? Why today is the most important time to learn this. The other one we're going to talk about, how does this blockchain actually work? So I'm going to give you a very quick 1 or 2 minute overview on the technology. What happens overall if you apply a blockchain business model into your any existing model, right? So why blockchain is disruptive, we're going to look at that as well, and what programs are available today and in the pipeline as well, right? So just keep that in mind. On this, in this information session, I'm only going to talk about accredited programs, right? Those being accredited by the authorities of this country. So not just a random program. This is being accredited for international students to study, right? That's very, very, very important. The other one is a career path. Like once you finish this, what's out there for you? Because I'm in the industry today, so I can talk about this career path for you guys to understand a bit more. So why blockchain, right? So this is very important to see that. What we discovered is, when we were doing the research, when we spoke to a lot of our training providers, they mentioned that a lot of students who come from overseas, and they come in either two programs. One is cookery, becoming a chef or working in the kitchen. The other one is aged care, right? So the aged care is one of the biggest, where the students get enrolled. The other one is in the kitchen industry, or in the chefs, all these people who work in the kitchen. So um, if I don't know if you looked at it, if you do a Google as well, look at the aged care industry at the moment. There is a huge stuff going on in the aged care industry right now, right? So there's a lot of people work 60, 40, 70 hours a week. You got to deal with a lot of old, residents, and also you have to look after them, right? Physically actually doing the work, which is pretty hard work, right? That's why a lot of people just can't do it, and they get into the stress and all that. So it's really getting that into that space is kind of not a good space at the moment. And also, if you are in a cookery industry, if you're studying to become a chef, you probably know that by now. If you studied this, or if you worked at it, it's like 30, 40 degree temperature working in the kitchen pretty much, all your life. If you like that, all good for you. But if some people don't like this, the only reason people do this is because they see one light, and this one light is they want to become a resident of this country, right? Because these education certificates provide them the pathway to become a resident. So they only want to do it until they become a resident, then they do something else. But on this, I want to talk about something different, right? So if you look at the industry, especially in the food industry, the people who become chef, the suicide rate's been gone 50% high, right? And it's going crazy. So people are stressed because they have to work 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 hours a week. In 30 degree or 40 degree or 50 degree temperature, right? So it's really not an easy job. So why blockchain programs, right? So here's the Gartner studies. A Gartner study says that blockchain will generate an annual business value over 175 billion by 2025, right? Over 3 trillion by 2030. So it's a crazy, right? Look at the market, how big the market is. Here's the market today, right? So this is Gartner talking about in 2025. This is the market today. I just took it today, just like 20th February 2020. It's $281 billion market cap, right? Today, right? So I don't know if you remember that when internet became internet, before the dot-com bust, right? All that happened. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that. That happened in 2001 and 2002. All the dot-com got crashed. At that time, the market cap was $100 billion. Like, imagine this, right? At the time when the bust happened for the dot-com crash, the market cap was $100 billion, right? Today, the market for this industry is already 281 billion, right? So it's double that since then. So the market is growing really, really fast in this industry, right? So blockchain jobs. I don't know if you are, one of those people. I'm personally, I don't like to physically work. Like on the blockchain industry, you could be sitting on a computer and working, right? And that's what you have to do as a blockchain strategist, as a blockchain advisor, which we're going to talk about at the end of the presentation as well, the career path. But most of the work you're going to do is sit on the desk, right? You're going to be able to use your brain rather than physically doing the work, and that's a huge difference, right? So how does it actually think work, right? How does a blockchain work? So as I said earlier when we started this, you don't need to be technical to do this. And you don't need to be from IT background to be part of this. But I want you to have a little bit understanding of this, right? So in the program, we're going to go into deep to make you understand this, right? On a conceptual basis, so you can put a strategies together, you can help other businesses to make it happen. But for your benefit on this, I want to explain it very quickly. Like, look at the example of this. Today, if you want to buy something from anywhere, right? You walk into a shop, you want to buy anything, right? So any example, you want to buy, say, for example, you want to buy pizza, right? You want to go and walk into the Domino's or Pizza Hut. You want to buy a pizza. You are a buyer, and Domino is a company which is a seller, right? They're selling it. Today, the way the transaction happens is that happens through a bank. You swipe a card or you give them cash, and then the transaction gets completed, right? So it means that the bank's in the middle, right? So banks are the ones which says, hey, this guy or this girl has got a money. On the other hand, seller says, okay, I trust it because bank said it, they have money, right? So the entire reason for this transaction is to confirm that you have money to pay, right? Whatever you're doing, whether it's a credit card or whether it's a debit card or whether it's a cash, everything is to confirm when you buy something that this person as a buyer can actually pay you when he's buying or she's buying stuff, right? On the other hand, if I put a blockchain technology in that, blockchain technology, what it does is pretty much replaces the people who are in the middle to complete the transaction, right? That's it. So technology facilitate all that, right? You don't need to understand this, or you don't need to program this. Means that there is going to be a programmer who's going to be doing this work, but you need to conceptually understand this. If I put a technology in the middle, technology does the work. Technology confirms that you have money. Technology confirms that you have the right amount. Technology confirms that you are the right person. That all is done by the technology, which at the moment is done by the banks, right? So that's a huge difference. So what are the types of industry going to be disrupted by this blockchain, right? So if I look at it, this came from Forbes. If you want to do a Google, just check it out, Forbes website as well. These are the industries going to be disrupted in blockchain: real estate, banking, healthcare, education, security, legal, government, rental, rideshare, charity, marketing and ads, and all that. These are the massive industry. There's going to be a massive impact in next 5, 10, 20 years to these industries. So it's going to be completely changed, right? So let's look at it very quickly. What is this blockchain program I'm talking about? So here, as I said earlier, we're only going to talk about the accredited program. So this is an information session for an accredited program. So this is one accredited program which is available today, right now, which is called the Advanced Diploma of Applied Blockchain. It's available on training.gov.au as well. It's been approved by ASQA, which is Australian Skills Quality Authority. So it's all available on their website as well. It's been approved by CRICOS as well. CRICOS is the people, the authority in the government who authorize that when the international student can come and study. So it's been approved for them as well, so that international student can study this, right? It's been in the news everywhere. If you read the news, it's been in the FinTech, it's been on the Finder, it's been on the CCN News. It's also been part of the Australian, Blockchain Australia governing authority on blockchain. So if you go onto their website, which is a blockchainaustralia.org, if you look at their recommended program in the education section, this is the #1 program they recommend. Why? Because it's been accredited, right? It's not just a random program. It's been accredited by all these authorities, those provide information or to make sure that it's the right thing, right? So it's been on the immigration website as well. Why? Because it's in the skilled migration shortage list, or the skilled shortage list, which is called the skilled migration occupation list, right? So it's part of that. If you go and look at their website, it's there as well today, as of today, right? So here's what you need to know about the units and what's available. So you have altogether, you have to complete 8 units. 6 are core unit, which are mandatory, which you must do it. And the other 2 are elective. So you can pick at the bottom, there are 4, you can pick 2 out of them, right? So you can do 2. So altogether you have to do 8 units to complete the program, right? So duration, it's about 1.5 years and to complete the program entirely. And yeah, it's about 1 year and 2 years altogether. So do I need to be technical to do this? As I said earlier, you don't need to be technical to do this program, right? You don't need to be technical, and there is a reason for this, right? So after you finish this program, you're not going to become a programmer, right? You're going to become a blockchain strategist. You're going to become a blockchain advisor, manager, all those people, right? So and you're not going to become a programmer, right? So that's the big difference. So if you want to become a programmer, then yes, you need to have a technical. But this program is not to make you a programmer. So you don't need to have all those technical skills which people might think I need to learn to understand blockchain. So what is the qualification do I need to apply? So what are these qualifications? So you must have year 12 certificate or equivalent to apply for this program. So if you haven't done year 12 yet, then you can't apply for this. For all those people, if you have completed year 12, then you are eligible to apply for this. Is this course hard? As I said earlier, right, if you understand, conceptual stuff, focusing on a business context, if you like planning, if you like strategies, if you like all these modeling, then that's the course all about, right? So it's about creating a business models and see where you can actually make a difference in any industry. Right, so creating those use cases, but you'll be working with one of people like me who have been, either me or somebody else who have experience in the industry, right? So we'll guide you step by step. What are the things you need to do? So it'll be interesting. So how much study is required? As an international student, the requirement is about 20 hours or 25 hours per week. This is a requirement. But for all the other people, if you are a local student and you want to study, so I recommend it's about 20 hours per week, right? So that's the required. Where is this course offered? This course is offered at the moment is in Gold Coast. Gold Coast is a place. And why you want to study in the Gold Coast, and there's a number one reason if you're an international student, is because Gold Coast is qualified as a regional area. You'll get, I think, 1 year extra on your student visa if you study in a regional area, right? So don't quote me off on that because I'm not a migration expert. But the only thing I can say is Gold Coast is classified as a regional area. And you probably can see it, the things or the places where cities being classified as a regional area, they have big advantage compared to Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane. Who will provide these programs, right? Who will actually deliver this? So there are few accredited training providers are part of this, and they're going to be delivering this program. So as a company, we won't be delivering the program because we are not a registered training organization, which is called RTO. We are not an RTO. So it'll be delivered by training organization, those being approved, and they provide CRICOS as well, right? So do you offer distance education? So this, as I said earlier, it's option for studying on a distance is only available for local residents. It's not available for international students. How much does it cost? Cost is about $20,000 over 2 years. This depends upon which education provider you go with, right? So it's about 20,000, I believe. Yeah. So here's a career path, right? So this is a very important thing, and you must know this. As I showed you earlier, the skill migration occupation list. The two skill migration occupation lists are part of this. One is a blockchain strategist. The other one is a blockchain planner and a manager. They both are part of that on the list. And this is to get a permanent residency if you are looking to do it, and it creates that pathway for you to make it happen, right? So the other one is a blockchain advisor. This is a job you probably be doing after that. You'll be working with a lot of companies internationally, locally, to actually advise them on this path, right? So this is actually a job. So I work as a blockchain advisor to different companies globally today, and advise them about how they can apply this this technology and just disrupt some of the industries, right? So visa question, right? Some of you guys probably have these visa questions, right? You might have, I don't know, you're already studying here and you say, I want to switch to this, or I'm overseas at the moment, I want to come and study this, or I've already completed a couple of courses, but I want to do and study this. So if you have any of those things, please get in touch with us. What we can do is can get you in touch with qualified agents, migration agents, or the education providers who are very specifically qualified in the blockchain space, right? They understand how the things work. We're happy to introduce you if you have any of those questions. You want to discuss some of the personal stuff. We are not qualified in this space. That's why we partner or work with certain people who are qualified in this space, right? So what's next? This is very important, right? Some of you guys have a lot of questions. Some of you guys want to understand how you can actually do this on your side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a link, which is a link for you to go and fill out the expression of interest form. So this is what we're doing at the moment. We're collecting expression of interest from people who are ready, who want to join the program. So click the link, and if you're watching the replay for this, the link is available below, right? So that's the link available for you below. Click the link below, and fill out the form and do an expression of interest for you. And we'll be happy to answer any question you might have for this, or you have for this, right? So we're only accepting expression of interest at the moment. So just keep in mind that you might or you might not get accepted. That's the only thing. So if you're kind of interested in this space, you want to know more about it, you want to learn more about it, I truly believe it's a right path for you, right? So all right, that's it for me. Any questions? I'll open it up for any questions. All right, here's a question from Steve. Steve said, yeah, so Steve said, can I start anytime? Yes, absolutely. Once you clear the interview process with us, once you've gone through the process with us, we understand that you're the right fit for this, then yes, you can start straight away, right? That's not a problem. We'll have people available who can actually enroll you and get that started. Yeah, so here's another question. Can I switch my visa from existing program to this? Look, visa questions, I can't answer that, but I truly believe you certainly can, right? If there is no problem. So, but I'm not the right person to say yes and no. Right? Cool. Yeah, you can. Cool. Thank you. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for spending time with me today. Hope this was useful for you. If you're watching the replay, please click the link below and apply this expression of interest, and we'll love to have a chat with you. Thank you, and I'll speak soon.